6:05. Welcome to the start of week 3. I hope everybody had a good week, and that not only did you get the things done you needed to for this class and in your jobs, but that you got some time with your family as well. So let's jump right into week 3. I want to start by going to the bottom of the announcement and just pointing out that spring break happens before week 4. So spring break is March 29th through the 4th. There are no classes or assignments during that week. So let's get through this week and get some good work going, and then a little bit of a time off. So jump in. We're all pretty bizarre. Some of us are just better at hiding it. That's all. And that's from The Breakfast Club. That's one of those movies from the 80s that kind of defined that era of movies. And I love this quote, and I used it a lot with students who just thought, hey, why is this old person quoting lines from movies? I don't know. But just to show them, especially I taught middle school, that, the same issues that we have as middle schoolers and as high schoolers, a lot of times we have as adults, and that it's okay. That some people are just better at hiding it. So I hope I'm not tying that to anything going on this week. I hope that that's just a comfort that, hey, we all have our quirks and our things about us. And that's what makes us unique. So let's jump into week 3. I'm going to go through the week fairly quickly and then talk mostly about the assignments. Know that the information that is in the announcement here is the same information that is in your week 3 view. I just know that sometimes it's nice to have it bullet pointed out and chunked. So your topics, you're going to be completing lit review. The 2 sub bullets there: submit to Grammarly, submit to the Writing Studio. Use those resources. It's going to be so helpful to catch not only grammar, but tone, context. If you're overusing certain words, Grammarly Pro is a great tool that you get with your Concordia account. And you can also submit to the Writing Studio. It's over here on the left. And you can even submit it early and get live tutor feedback on your paper. So that's really important, and just some really great resources. You're going to continue with your triangulation of your data and analysis of your data and looking for themes and lit support through that all the way through chapter 4. So your tasks for week 3, complete chapter 2 assignment, and we'll get into that. Submit your weekly reflection. That's the same week 1, 2, 3. Your weekly reflection, you'll have one of those every week. Once again, you can use that template. Continue your data collection and analysis, and then begin to develop chapter 4. So I'm going to pop over to chapter 4 right now since we mentioned that. And this is due week 6. So it is looking at your data and your appendices for your capstone project, looking at themes. And I'm not going to read this word for word this week. I will do that probably week 5 and go through it in more detail. Just know that it's coming up, and I wanted to mention it because it's not due till week 6, but I know some of you like to work ahead and really get going on it. So all the information there for chapter 4. And really a lot of it is around formatting, connection with citations, and all that kind of good stuff. So that is coming up. Once again, I don't want to spend too much time on that now. I want to jump into really what you're doing this week. So you have 1 chapter in your text. That's it as far as content goes. You have your journal entry, which is your reflection. Once again, you can use that Word template or that Google Doc template, and then you can just paste it in. I really enjoy the back and forth that's going on the discussion board. I will be grading all those tomorrow, so your grades will be up to date after tomorrow. Your only assignment for this week is your reflection journal entry, because everything starts happening next week. So we'll get into that in 1 second. So next week you have 1 chapter. There's 2 discussion questions, and assignment 1 is due. So let's get into that. So in order to do assignment 1, it is your rough draft for assignment 2. So here's the assignment 2 document. It's a review of relevant literature and references. So it's all that lit review you've been working on for so long. And so a lit review is critical analysis of credible literature. Once again, remember that the lit review, those want to be recent articles. You have 16 of them. Most of you have all those done and already took the feedback given in 580 and made those changes. So you want to go over and start looking at little bits of differences for the chapter 2 requirements just to make sure you hit all these bullet points. And I would highly recommend going through and checking your own paper on, hey, am I hitting all these pieces? So that is assignment number 2. That's not due till week 5, but you have to have the rough draft of that for this assignment. So you need to submit it. So chapter 2 drafts are due to the discussion board for peer retrieval of your paper no later than Thursday. So you'll need to submit that to the discussion board in week 4, your lit review, and it's a rough draft. Once again, highly recommend not waiting till Thursday, but doing that earlier in the week, Monday, Tuesday at the latest. Then you're going to review your peers' work, and that's due on Sunday. And I've already posted pairs, so we'll go over that in a minute. So students will work to complete the first draft of their chapter 2, which you guys been working on. Review the requirements for assignment 2. Once again, that's this document that we just briefly talked about. And write your first draft. You must cite a minimum of 16 different sources in chapter 2, and your chapter 2 will be approximately 4 to 6 pages. Once again, we'll assign partners groups of 2. There is one group of 3. So you guys can discuss student A reads student B reads student A, but with the 3 groups, you throw in a third person there. All the APA formatting, don't get points dinged off for APA formatting not being right. Once again, use Grammarly. So here's how it goes. You're going to submit it to the discussion board no later than Thursday. Once again, I highly recommend Monday or Tuesday. Make sure you add your topic question to the response so people can see that. Retrieve your partners. So if you're reviewing someone else's, get theirs. If it is a Google Doc, and I know it says the review process in Microsoft Word, you can use track changes. This is going to be much easier if you use Google Doc and then download it as a PDF with those changes in View and then upload that. You're more than welcome to do it in Word as well. And then you're going to submit that. Submit your review to your partner. Once you have completed all track changes and comments, come back to the week 4 DB and click reply. So you're going to do that. And once again, you're going to attach their graded review document to your submission box. So I know it's a little confusing. Essentially, you're going to go post your paper. You're going to get your partner's paper. You're going to make comments on it. Then you're going to download that or save it. And then you're going to upload their paper with your comments to the submission box. That's what you're getting graded on. You're getting graded on your review of your partner's paper. If after reading through this in fine detail you have questions, please reach out to me. I know it's a little bit goofy in that, first of all, this is about assignment 2, but it's reviewing assignment 1, and your grade is about your review of your partner. And then here's the little checkbox for the rubric. Once again, if you have any questions on that, let me know. So that is assignment 1 and assignment 2. If we go to our due date outline, assignment 1 is due, let's get to 605. Assignment 1 is due next week, which is not actually next week, it's the following week. It's due week 4, but we have spring break before week 4 happens. So we have this week to work on things. You have a week off for spring break, and then it is due at the end of week 4, which is the 11th. And then that same review of relevant literature is due the following week. So really you have 2 weeks of assignments based off the same document, and they're 3 weeks out. So I hope I didn't confuse you guys too much, but that's where we're going with this. If we go back over to the announcement, know that all the links are right here. Once again, if you want to look ahead, there's a link to chapter 4. And then here is assignment 1 and assignment 2. If after watching this, you're confused with anything, please reach out to me. I do want to scroll up and show you that here are the peer review pairings. Obviously, it's not hard to figure out. I took alphabetical, first person, last person, matched them up. second to last matched them up. And so know that group 6 has 3 people in it, and so you can figure out who is reviewing whose paper. And this is the peer review assignment due week 4, which once again is not till April 11th. I hope you guys have a great week. Push through this week, start figuring out any details you need, and then we'll have a good week off. I will post another video next Sunday night, though I know you're going into spring break. I still want to post, and I'll go over a couple of the pieces of information again, or any questions I get from classmates. I'll go over that just to clarify. Have a great week.